It's Mike here with another Nerdy Girls. We're here with the amazing Tarah Rex Cosplay. So, Sarah, how long have you been cosplaying for?
I've been cosplaying for just a little over 2 years. My first sort of time cosplaying was at PAX Prime in 2011, I believe. Yeah, yes.
Wow, so you started with PAX as your first cosplay. That's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was kind of a nobody, and just it was a close convention and worked well with when I actually finished my first cosplay, so it kind of all fell into place really well.
Was it not like intimidating going to like such a big convention?
I think the fact that I didn't know anybody in the community, didn't know what to expect or anything, kind of actually helped me a little bit. I didn't know what to expect, so I just prepared for everything. And I actually only went for one day in 2011 on Sunday. That's all I could get at that point. So it was a little bit, calmer. It wasn't like the busiest day of the con, but it was a lot of fun. It wasn't terrifying. I had an absolute blast.
That's awesome. So do you make all of your own cosplays?
I do, yes. Every so often, I get my husband to help me with sort of little things like cutting things out. He has machinery at work. He's a cabinet maker. But for the most part, yes, I make pretty much absolutely everything.
Awesome. So did you have a crafting background prior to getting into cosplay, or did you just sort of pick it up on the fly?
I picked it up on the fly. I had no idea what I was doing. I hadn't even used a sewing machine when I first started. I literally just watched YouTube tutorials, found anything I could online, and just worked from the bottom up, basically.
So, what would you say your favourite convention is to hit every year?
I don't get to go to a lot of conventions every year just because I'm kind of on an island and it's hard to travel around without a lot of expense. But I've been to PAX twice now and Dragon Con once as bigger conventions, and PAX is definitely my favorite over the two. I'll be going back next year. Aside from that, Emerald City Comic Con is another really good one that I like going to.
Yeah, awesome. So, like, Dragon's Con's sort of seen as like an unofficial adults-only convention. How do you think it differs from, say PAX?
I don't know. I mean, Dragon Con, it was fun, but it wasn't really my scene. Honestly, I don't know how to say this without sounding really crappy. I feel like it's the place that cosplayers go when they want to become well known. I feel like it's a great party for a lot of cosplayers, and I mean, it's definitely a good convention. It just wasn't my scene, right? So I'm not like a big partier, so I didn't really fit in that regard. PAX is just, I don't know, there's not as many cosplayers, so you actually get a lot more time to really talk and meet some of the other cosplayers. You get to meet the actual people who made the games and work for the companies of the games you love. It just seemed more up my alley, that's all. So that's how they differ, I guess.
So, so obviously, like, into gaming, which would you say your preferred gaming platform is?
Gaming platform like system, like
Yeah.
PlayStation, Xbox, definitely PlayStation. It's just a lot more friendly. I don't have, the next gen console yet, but PlayStation 3, I definitely prefer it.
It's pretty cool. So, what games are you playing at the moment?
At the moment, I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and play any games. I've just had kind of the summer from hell right now, so I haven't had a lot of time to really sit down and play. I know come November, I will be drowning and disappearing in Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm probably going to pick up Origins and Dragon Age 2 again and replay through before that comes out, just so that I can kind of refresh my memory on the story, but it's kind of going to be where I'm at. I don't know if I'm going to try Fable or not when it comes out. It looks kind of apprehensive, but I like the other ones, so we'll see. But at this exact moment, no games.
So over on your Facebook page, which is in the description down below, guys, I saw you shared a picture of Zelda from Hyrule Warriors.
Yes.
And is that something we're going to see in 2015?
Yeah, it should be on there unless something goes horribly wrong. I'm teaming up with a couple of friends and we're doing a few characters from there. It's going to be kind of awesome.
It's not a game that I've played, but it's a game I have watched a bit of, and it's definitely it's possibly the reason I'm going to buy a 3DS.
Yeah.
So is it a game you're playing at the moment?
No, not at all. No, I'm going to try it out, but no, I'm not.
Is it? Do you follow the Legend of Zelda series, or is?
Yeah, I would say actually, I haven't played a whole bunch of them, but Ocarina of Time was kind of like
Yeah.
my introduction into the gaming world when I was about 10 years old. Before that, I played various Super Mario games and I was hooked on Pokemon Snap for a while, but Ocarina of Time was like the game. I couldn't put it down. I was obsessed with it. I loved it. It was kind of the thing that started it all. So most Zelda games they're kind of close to my heart in that regard.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time was the first time I stepped into a Zelda game as well. But it's definitely one of my favourites, and the storyline was at best missing, but it was still really fun.
Yeah.
So, what would you say your favourite game of all time is?
Definitely Dragon Age Origins. I loved it. I picked it up on a whim. Somebody suggested it to me. I got a gift card for my birthday. I just grabbed it, not expecting much, and got completely hooked on the character development, the depth of the story. It was just like no other game I played, and no other game compares so far.
That's cool. So, what advice would you give to other cosplayers that are inspiring to sort of come up into it?
Don't give up. Don't ever let anybody discourage you. Always remember that you're never going to make everybody happy. The most important thing is that you like doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody ever, put you down. Don't look at more famous cosplayers and think, oh, I'll never be as good as them. And ultimately, push yourself and challenge yourself to do harder cosplays. That's how you learn and that's how you get better.
So, do you think that following other cosplayers helps you sort of grow your own skills, or do you think it's sometimes a little bit too daunting?
It can be daunting on occasion, but I try not to let it get to me. I do it as an inspiration more than anything. So whenever I see a cosplay, if the first thing that pops into my head is, oh my God, I can never do that, then I think, no, you're gonna do something like that one day. Set that as a goal. And I just kind of convince myself, even if it's not that exact costume, I look into the skills they used and figure out how I can learn how to do that down the road. So I try and turn it into something positive and use it to encourage myself eventually. I know that I won't be able to do it immediately, but I set it as a goal so that I can improve as I go.
That's been amazing. So now we'll get to like the most important questions of all the interviews I ever do. How awesome are beards?
What?
How awesome are beards? Facial hair in general. How awesome is it?
They can be awesome. It depends. I don't really like the crazy, bushy, giant lumberjack beards. They're a little bit too much. But you get like the 5 o'clock shadow, a little bit of that going on. It can be good. I'm okay with it.
So that's another mark in dead in the middle. So we've had so far in this series we've had 1 no, we've had 2 yeses, and 3 sort of in the middle. It sort of depends on the beard.
Okay. I will say that I hate mustaches, so they absolutely disgust me. I don't care how they are. They're the grossest things ever. If they're kind of part of a beard, I guess it's okay, because I guess it's a necessity. But on their own, they make me want to kind of puke, actually.
Wow, so very strong opinions about mustaches there. Wow. So what do you think the sexiest cosplay is on a guy?
Sexiest cosplay on a guy? I think that if a guy could successfully pull off Varric from Dragon Age 2, that would be the sexiest fucking man dwarf cosplay in the world. I love him. I'm sorry.
Everyone falls in love with a character out of a game, and if anyone who claims they haven't is chatting shit.
I seem to continuously have this horrible habit of falling for like dwarves all the time in various series in some way, shape, or form. It's the worst thing ever. I don't even know why.
So prefer the short man?
I guess so.
So I'm under 4 foot and he's in there. Oh, yeah, there you go, guys. That's what you need to do to get a cosplayer. You gotta be short. That's what they like.
like shoulder height or lower, and you gotta have like chest hair too, apparently, because that's what Varric's got.
Short guys with chest hair, you're in there. Get your ass down to a convention, have a little walk around, someone will pick you up.
I will hug you a lot if you do that. If somebody showed up and came up to me like that, I would give them lots of hugs.
It's my aim to find a short person that's got chest hair.
Perfect, send me a picture.
Right, guys, if you're under 5 foot and you've got a hairy chest, please comment in this. Please. So, would you say this is the best interview you ever had?
The best interview I've ever
Yeah.
had? Honestly, I haven't had that many, and this is kind of the funnest one ever. So this one, by a very long shot, and it probably will still remain the funnest, bestest one for a very long time too. 'Cause
Awesome.
It's pretty cool. Jeez.
It must... Right, guys, just so you know, it is currently 25 minutes past 2 in the morning over where I am, and I've just done a 12-and-a-half-hour shift, and I'm shattered. And I've managed to be fun.
I'm sorry that I'm making you do this.
It's absolutely no problem. I've had so much fun, and I'm actually still really awake, which means I'm probably going to be knackered tomorrow, but I don't even care. I'm going to go play some games after this. So guys, I've got off topic, but I'm going to blame that on sleep deprivation. I've been Mike. She has been Tarah Rex Cosplay. All links to her Facebook, her Twitter, her Instagram, and all that will be down below. Make sure you go check her out. Mainly because I want to see next year's Zelda, because Zelda's just one of them characters everyone can relate to.
That'd be badass.
And it's gonna be badass because she's got a bit of armor going on as well this time. She's not just all girly and pointless.
Fuck yeah.
Because Zelda needs to be a badass too.
Totally.
Right, so thanks guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see some more cosplayers, make sure you hit the subscribe button. So this every week. So yeah, Michael.